Hold up, stop scrolling because what just dropped is about to blow the lid off. Everything you thought you knew about hip-hop's most chaotic couple, Jim Jones. Yes, the Dipset legend, the man who proposed after a decade like he was allergic to commitment, just shook the internet with a DNA bombshell so wild. Even Maury would need a seatbelt. And Chrissy Lampkin, is spiraling, vanishing from socials faster than you can say. You are not the father. Is this just another love and hip-hop publicity stunt gone rogue, or did Jim really just confirm the baby isn't his? Or worse, is there a third player in this dirty game of paternity roulette? Now you gotta ask yourself, why would Jim casually drop a DNA test online like it was a Spotify link? Why is Chrissy reportedly packing her bags in silence? And why is the internet in a full-blown meltdown mode trying to piece this scandal together? Something's not adding up. And you already know we dug deep, real deep. What we found, oh baby, it's messier than a Mona Scott reunion special. So grab your snacks, turn up the volume and brace yourself. Because the receipts are coming and they're nasty. So here's the thing, Jim Jones didn't just wake up one day and decide to blow up the internet. This wasn't some innocent family post with a sprinkle of baby joy. No, this was a carefully crafted chaos bomb. A social media nuke disguised as a baby announcement. 1 second you're looking at a picture of a newborn wrapped in Gucci blankets, and the next second, bam, he casually slips in DNA test results like it's a caption contest, and the internet lost its mind. Now here's where it gets wild. Not long after that post hit the timeline, Chrissy Lampkin went full ghost mode. No likes, no comments, no passive-aggressive story reposts, just silence. And if there's one thing we know about Chrissy, it's that she doesn't do quiet unless something is seriously wrong. You already know the streets started whispering. And by whispering, I mean full-blown digital investigation mode, screenshots flying, burner accounts chirping, Reddit threads exploding, because this isn't just about a DNA test. This is about a relationship that's been hanging by a thread for over a decade now, and somebody just took scissors to it. Let's rewind real quick. Jim and Chrissy aren't strangers to scandal. They've practically made a career out of their dysfunction. From love and hip-hop meltdowns to the never-ending engagement saga, their entire relationship has been reality TV gold and a PR nightmare. Remember when Chrissy had to propose to him? That was national television history. 10 years later and still no wedding, just vibes, rumors, and the occasional matching outfit on Instagram. So when Jim decides to post a baby in a lab report, in the same breath, people were like, wait, what? First of all, where did this baby come from? Second of all, why the DNA test? And third, why now? See, what makes this even more suspicious is the timing. Jim's been keeping a low profile lately, at least by his standards. Some low-key mixtape drops, a few cryptic interviews, and then bam, a whole child with paperwork. And the wording of that post, real slick, real subtle. The kind of subtle that's meant to confuse you while dropping a grenade in your group chat. Because while he never said the baby wasn't his, the implication was loud enough to wake up half of Harlem. Now insiders, yes, the anonymous kind that live for this kind of mess, are saying that Chrissy had no idea Jim was even taking a DNA test, that he did it behind her back, that the results came in weeks ago, and he sat on them like a ticking time bomb. And when he finally posted, that was his version of going public, if that's true. We're talking betrayal levels not seen since the Jordan Woods situation. Sources close to the couple, probably their neighbors, hairstylists, and Uber drivers, are whispering that things at home have been tense for a while, apparently. Chrissy had suspicions for months. She thought something wasn't right, especially with how cagey Jim had been lately. The missed calls, the last-minute trips, the vague answers, it was all starting to look like a puzzle that didn't quite fit. And then this baby appears and suddenly Jim wants to play DNA detective? Let's not ignore the fact that the test results themselves are fishy. According to someone who claims they saw the paperwork, and we're not saying it's the guy who runs Jim's barbershop, but we're not saying it either, there were inconsistencies. That's the word they used, not positive, not negative, just inconsistent. Like the kind of result you get when there's something or someone unaccounted for. And now the plot thickens, because if the DNA doesn't match, then who does it match? Who is the third party in this mystery? And why hasn't their name come out yet? Fans are speculating everything from a secret surrogate to a full-blown love child scenario. Some even think this isn't Jim's baby or Chrissy's, and that they've been playing pretend for PR points. We're talking conspiracy-level confusion. And Chrissy's silence, it's deafening. You don't have to be a body language expert to know that when she goes quiet, it's never just because she's processing, it's because she's planning. Let's just say that this isn't the first time Jim's had some explaining to do. His history with side chicks, mystery demons, and blurry club photos is well documented, and Chrissy? She's tolerated a lot. But this might be the final straw. People are saying she's moved out of the house, others claim she's still there, just staying in a separate wing. It don't speak unless spoken to situation. Either way, the tension is real. Friends of the couple are reportedly trying to play mediator, but it's hard to mediate when you've got lab results sitting on the dining table, and a newborn you may or may not be biologically tied to. And it's not just personal anymore, it's public. Every blog, every gossip page, every messy meme account has picked this up and run with it. Even the ones that usually stick to Kardashians. And court cases are now deep diving into Dipset drama. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, here comes the avalanche. Because now insiders are saying the DNA test might not even be the main issue, it's what it led to. Allegedly, after seeing the results, Jim didn't just sit on them. He started making calls. Quiet ones, real quiet, to lawyers, to exes. To a certain someone in Atlanta who apparently knows more about this child than Chrissy ever did. And guess what? That's when the rumors really started flying. People who were once close to Jim are now speaking up anonymously, claiming that this baby was never meant to be introduced to the public. That Jim's hand was forced because the mother was threatening to go public herself. And Chrissy? She got hit with the same news at the same time the rest of us did through a caption and a photo. Can you imagine standing by a man for nearly 2 decades, going through public heartbreak, broken engagements, and family drama, only for him to break this kind of news to the whole world without even giving you a heads up? This isn't just disrespect. This is psychological warfare wrapped in Louis Vuitton baby booties. And the silence coming from Chrissy isn't Grace's strategy, because behind the scenes, she's moving fast. Sources claim she's already contacted her own legal team, and if what we're hearing is true, this could spiral into one of the nastiest legal showdowns hip-hop has ever seen. We're talking property, business entanglements, joint accounts, even intellectual property. Let's not forget, Chrissy has been heavily involved in managing Jim's image brand, and yes, his money, so if she decides to burn it all down, she knows exactly where to light the match. But here's the kicker, some sources say Chrissy has known about the baby for a while now, that she's been living with the secret, trying to salvage what's left of their public image, that she pushed for the DNA test herself, hoping it would disprove the rumors, but when the results came back, she realized the betrayal ran deeper than she thought. Not just a one-night mistake, not just a slip-up, but an ongoing situation. One that Jim tried to keep hidden for as long as possible, until he couldn't anymore. And now the truth is spreading faster than a leaked track on SoundCloud. Let's talk about the other woman for a second. Because while her identity hasn't been confirmed, word on the street is she's no stranger to the industry. Not just some random groupie, allegedly. She's connected musically, socially, and financially. The type of person who wouldn't stay silent for long. Which explains the sudden urgency on Jim's end. This wasn't a proud father moment. This was damage control disguised as an announcement. And now that it's out, the dominoes are falling fast already. Fake profiles claiming to know the real story are flooding comment sections. Old tweets are being dug up. Photos that looked innocent a month ago are now under forensic level analysis. One grainy selfie from 2022 is now being presented as Exhibit A in the court of public opinion. And that's not even the half of it. Behind the scenes, there's whispers that brands affiliated with Jim are reconsidering their partnerships. One anonymous rep claimed that sponsors don't want to touch a scandal this radioactive. The fallout is affecting everything: studio sessions canceled, press interviews postponed, appearances pulled, and Chrissy, she's playing the waiting game, biding her time. Because when she speaks, she's not coming with tears, she's coming with facts, receipts, screenshots, possibly audio. You know how this goes. If there's one thing Chrissy has learned from over a decade in the spotlight, it's how to flip a narrative in her favor. And if she feels even a hint of betrayal, she's going to make sure the world knows exactly what she's been dealing with. Some people close to the couple are still holding out hope, saying this is just another bump in the road. But this isn't a bump, this is a whole damn crater, the kind you don't just walk away from without limping. Fans are split, some are blaming Jim entirely, calling him selfish, immature, and reckless. Others are turning on Chrissy, accusing her of playing the victim or knowing more than she lets on. But most people, they're just watching this train wreck unfold with popcorn in hand. Because let's be real, this drama is addictive, it's messy, it's unpredictable, and it's deeply personal. Which is exactly why the public can't look away. But underneath all the noise, one question keeps echoing: if this baby really isn't Chrissy's or Jim's, then who have they been trying to protect all this time? And why was this DNA test even necessary to begin with? Because no matter how you spin it, nobody gets a paternity test without a reason. Someone didn't trust someone. And now that the truth is out there, it's too late to spin it back. The damage is done, and the cleanup hasn't even started. Now that the truth is out in the open, or at least the version they wanted us to see, what do you think really happened? Is Jim Jones hiding something even darker behind that slick Instagram post? Was Chrissy Lampkin blindsided? Or has she been sitting on the secret waiting for the right moment to strike? And let's not forget the most haunting question of all, who does this baby really belong to? And why did it take a DNA test to bring it all crashing down? The silence from both sides is louder than ever, and you can feel it in the air. The story is far from over. So buckle up, because when Chrissy speaks, it's going to shake the table harder than a love and hip-hop reunion brawl. We're watching a real-time unraveling of one of hip-hop's longest-standing couples, and every move from here on out matters. Will Jim pull out a redemption arc? Will Chrissy flip the narrative and walk away with the upper hand? Or are we about to witness the total collapse of a brand built on chaos, controversy, and complicated love? You already know we'll be the first to bring you the next twist. So if you're here for the truth, the tea, and every juicy bombshell to come, don't just watch, join the chaos. Hit that like button if you're still clutching your edges. Drop your wildest theories in the comments, because we're reading everything. And make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications, because the story is just getting started, and the next chapter might just be even crazier. Stay locked in, stay messy, and remember, when the drama hits the fan, we're already 10 steps ahead.